Bobby Kotick gets absolutely slated as he leaves Activision. Square Enix wants to aggressively use AI, and get ready for a wild ride as Mickey Mouse has entered the public domain. I am Ash Dixon, it's a fresh new year, and this is GINX News. Bobby Kotick, the Joffrey Baratheon of gaming, just such a unlikable guy in general. As controversial as the Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard was, a key silver lining was that it meant he would be stepping down as CEO. Well, his last day was on the 29th of December, and unsurprisingly, a whole load of current and former employees have come out and expressed just how much they hate that man. Which makes sense, as it's now a lot less likely that they'll lose their jobs for doing so. One developer, Christina, tweeted out, "I worked on COD for 2 years as a programmer at Demonware. Bobby's decisions made our games worse. In my first month it came out he threatened to have an employee killed. In the all hands that followed, no one wanted to speak first, so I demanded his firing in front of everyone." Obviously that tweet escalated very quickly, but she's referencing allegations that back in 2006 he left his assistant a voicemail threatening to have her killed. It's said to have been settled out of court, but it's in line with the culture of harassment and misogyny that Kotick is accused of fostering. According to a Wall Street Journal investigation, there are several specific examples of harassment and rape at Activision which Kotick was not only aware of, but at least in one case reportedly intervened to stop someone being fired. And it seems he generally just didn't really care about his employees. Former senior manager Andy Belford has also tweeted out explaining that when they planned the Steam launch of Overwatch 2, his team warned for months in advance that it was likely to be review bombed. He had asked for additional support due to the toxicity that his team might be exposed to, but apparently Bobby just said no. And look, I've seen people saying, well, he was a great businessman who turned Activision into a multi-billion-dollar company. And that might be true, but I'd argue that you can do that without being a huge Either way, as nice as it is that he's gone, ultimately he has the last laugh. Reuters has previously said that he's set to walk away with a windfall of at least $390 million. I've seen a few different numbers kicking around, but I think it's safe to say he's not exactly going to be struggling. And that leaves the question, what does that mean for Activision? Do you think it will change or even flourish under Microsoft? Let us know in the comments down below. Not content with confusing and annoying everyone with their doubling down on NFTs, Square Enix have announced their aggressive move into the use of AI. Now last year, AI became the hot topic with the rise of platforms like ChatGPT, Midjourney and DALL-E causing quite the stir among developers and users alike. But whilst a large subset of people were terrified of the prospect of creating the Terminator whilst generating AI images of Boris Johnson eating fish, many others have seen it as the future of, well, pretty much everything. One of those people seems to be Square Enix's president, Takashi Kiryu. In an open letter, he talked about their strategy moving forward. He said, "We also intend to be aggressive in applying AI and other cutting-edge technologies to both our content development and our publishing functions. In the short term, our goal will be to enhance our development productivity and achieve greater sophistication in our marketing efforts. In the longer term, we hope to leverage those technologies to create new forms of content for consumers, as we believe that technological innovation represents business opportunities." And boy, does he sound like someone who would be fun at a dinner party. What all that corporate nonsense means to normal people is that he believes it can improve many aspects of their game development and marketing, and seemingly could even be used to make new content entirely. He didn't share any specifics about how it would use AI for game development, but Final Fantasy VII Remake's co-director Naoki Hamaguchi has previously discussed how it built an AI tool for character facial animations and lip syncing. It's hardly surprising that these people who only think about quarterly profit margins and shareholder dividends would be excited about the prospect of cutting costs using AI tools, and whilst they say that this won't cut any jobs, I'm really not convinced. Time and time again, we've seen significant job losses as technology and automation have rendered people unnecessary. Just look at the tills at your local supermarket or the ticket machines at your nearest train station. You're telling me game executives wouldn't do the exact same thing if they had the chance? I don't believe it for a second. As we entered 2024 yesterday, I, like many people, saw the news that Mickey Mouse had entered the public domain. More specifically, his very early depictions, such as in the 1928 short film Steamboat Willie. And while it's technically not to do with gaming, I was like, man, that's definitely something we should talk about on the show, as I can bet we'll see some weird ass looking Mickey Mouse games this year. After all, Winnie the Pooh recently entered the public domain, and not only have we had the horror film Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, also on the way is the game Winnie's Hole, where the poor bear gets turned into this abomination. Well, it turns out it took 10 hours for a Mickey Mouse horror game to be announced. I didn't even get time to speculate on the games I'd like to see. Steamboat Killy, for example, where you're trapped on a steamboat with a murderous mouse. No, instead, Nightmare Forge Games had to rock up and reveal Infestation 88, the new co-op horror game. And going by this creepy looking silhouette, Mickey Mouse ain't too pleased that you're in his clubhouse. I'm rather impressed at the foresight to get this game in development, despite the fact it does look like yet another generic horror game. And overall, it just gets me excited about what else people have in the works. We've already seen the upcoming FPS mouse, which looks absolutely gorgeous. While it's not directly using Steamboat Willie, it's clearly taken inspiration from the old Mickey Mouse animations, and who knows, maybe he'll now make a cameo. But what do you think? Do you have any Mickey Mouse games in mind? Do you plan to check out Infestation 88? Let us know in the comments down below. Let's start off the year with one of my favorite segments, Creation Corner. It's where we take a look at some amazing fan creations, and this time it's to do with GTA 6. And considering it's still a long way away, it's given YouTuber Evil Game plenty of time to completely recreate the trailer Minecraft style. And yet, I'm gonna skip to the chase. It's got some thick, blocky twerking action going on. You like to see it. Overall, it's just a seriously impressive recreation, which must have taken some real dedication to make. It's not made within Minecraft itself, but instead animated using Minimator to give it that Minecraft look. And considering it's only sitting at 11k views on YouTube after being put out just before Christmas, I'd say it's criminally underappreciated right now. Plus, Evil Game deserves all the praise for giving us a little sneak peek at the GTA 6 Switch port. And with that, we end our first show of the year. We're going to be updating you with all the best stories Monday to Friday. I don't know why I'm using my hands throughout 2024, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. Your likes and comments are always very much welcome. Check out our last video somewhere around here, and we'll see you tomorrow.